Yo, what's good, y'all? Hey, man, let's talk about this Friday, Brad, because it's crazy how I got stopped out at Breakeven. I'm gonna break down this trade, Brad. It's really upsetting seeing that, but it's a part of the game. Let's break it down, right? So let's go to. Hold on. So this is a private Discord with me and the OGs, people that I've known for ever since I started my trading journey. You feel me? Very private, but we send all of our analysis in here. I'm gonna show you guys what I was looking at. So boom, right? I'm wondering if it's gonna go for London lows. Waiting to see how price plays out until 10 o'clock to get to that 4-hour candle close. So I was bearish going into the day. Right? But order flow was telling me that it was bullish. So you can see how I was using that fair value gap right here, pushing up higher towards that new day opening gap and that FEG right in here. So because it hit this new week opening gap right here and displaced from there, I didn't know if it was going to continue lower today. Right? So it was hard for me to get a real read on where price was going because of that, right? So all I did was wait, right? And I seen that there was relative equal lows left on NASDAQ, right? On the 1 minute time frame, you can see that we're using that current new day opening gap to push into that daily fair value gap right here. So this is the daily fair value gap I was looking at, and new day opening gap there. So I was like, okay, if they are gonna run to those relative equal lows, they should maybe stop here. I don't know where they're gonna stop it at because order flow is bullish, but I was thinking that maybe they come up into there and that's where they stop it at, right? So looking at that fair value gap, we use that fair value gap right there to push up into that new day opening gap and that fair value gap FEG, daily FEG, right? With the relative equal low still there. I said order flow is saying bullish right now, but I can't enter nothing here for buy. So too far from midnight, because midnight open price, this is my rules, bro. I can't enter too far away from midnight open price. And relative equal lows, especially if I'm bullish, right? So if midnight open price is down here, it's too high. So, right, once we got up into that new day opening gap, new day opening gap in that FEG, I marked out the consequent encroachment in the 25%. We hit the consequent encroachment to the T right here, and the 25% is right there, right? So, boom. My boy Shmido said waiting for macro to see if it wants those lows, right? So we're targeting these lows. We got up into there, was waiting for displacement, right? As you can see, we have this fair value gap with this current new day opening gap. Also, that current new day opening gap lines up with 50% of this fair value gap, consequent encroachment of that, right? So as soon as what I wanted to see was waiting for a run through that fair value gap, right, around current new day opening gap. So boom, wanted to see a run through there, and then I would be interested in selling. Okay, so once I got in, right, as soon as we closed through this fair value gap, right, consequent encroachment plus new day opening gap premium, right, the top of that entered as it was rejecting, well, right around here, right? So I rejected, all right, and we'll get into here. So let's look what happened, bruh. Oh my god. All right, so once we hit that new day opening gap, right, we ran from there. My entry came in here. Okay, looking at the 3 minute. Once I got my entry, came up into that 3 minute fair value gap, held the 50% of that fair value gap, dived down, was expecting this to stay open, and went up through it. I moved my stop right above this high, right, as it was running through there, but I was like, okay, let me give it a little bit more room and put it above this fair value gap and back to where it was, just so it could play around to that 3 minute FEG again in this range right in here, right? Because it could come and tag me out and then hurry up and drop back through below 50% consequent encroachment, this 3 minute fair value gap, and hold this range, which it did here. So even though my stop was there, I probably wouldn't have got tagged out, but I'm trading Forex, so I'm dealing with a little bit of spreads. So it probably would have tagged me out if I would have left my stop there, but it started running away from there, right? Closed below this low, holding up close candles, held this FEG. Wanted to see if this was a breakaway gap. Ended up being a breakaway gap, right, to where that FEG did not get filled in, right? Inversion FEG. Once we came back up, used that FEG in this up close candle range. We dive down again, close below here, and then boom, we used the 50% of this inversion fair value gap, right? I marked out 50% of this up close candle, just getting a feel for order flow to see if price is willing to stay below these areas, right? 50% of there, plus this up close candle, plus 50% of this range right here, right? Expecting that to stay open. Boom, we start running down lower, and then we get to the relative equal lows, right? I was talking my shit, bro. I was like, would you feel safe under these lows? Because me, personally, I wouldn't feel safe under these lows, especially when my stop loss, especially if it's relative equal lows, because that's where the liquidity is, most of the liquidity, right? I was looking back at the YM. I was looking back at freaking ES, bruh, and ES did not run these lows. It didn't run none of the lows, right? The relative equal lows. So I'm like, okay, we could get through there. The shit just starts displacing higher. Soon as we tag the rejection block, you could say, of these relative equal lows. I'm not gonna anticipate that to happen, bruh. Support and resistance for the win. What can I tell you? They won this trade. You feel me? Started running up, started getting close to my break even. At this point, bruh, I could just take that break even, bro. It sucks, man. Like, it really sucks, bro. But right now, I'm in my disciplined mindset. You feel me, with trading, bruh. I'm not gonna get emotional off of this. It fucking sucks though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for that to happen, it'd be that close to your target, and that's why a lot of people, they like the TP right at the rejection blocks of lows and shit, and don't expect. But it was just a low resistance liquidity run just sitting there in my eyes, bruh. I'm not thinking this is it'd be different if this low did something like this, right, and then went up, right, and took out this low. It'd be different, because this would be a strong low. It would be a strong low, and I can anticipate this to happen, right? But, or if there was SMT here, when with ES running out these lows and YM running out these lows, and then it go higher, right? This would make sense. But bro, I'm telling you, I'm not. That's just gonna, I'm gonna have to eat that one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it for my trading day, and we can go ahead and get right into the live execution and price action. See you guys in the next video. Peace. Break even. Wow.